The practice of redlining originated in the 1930s in the wake of the Great Depression. The creation of the Federal Housing Administration and the Homeowners Loan Corporation created new opportunities in home ownership, but also were efforts to ensure and sort of essentially bail out those that were underwater as a result of the Great Depression. The HOLC launched a city's task force and appraised properties in 239 cities across the country. On the ground, those task forces included local governments, real estate industry, insurance industry officials, and financial industry officials as well. So you can see a whole cabal of interests came together to appraise and determine value of different neighborhoods across these cities. In the area descriptions, we see sort of an analysis of the area descriptions found that they were using two major metrics in their decisions about risk. One was the age of the housing stock and the identity of the people who lived in the neighborhood. Those are the two primary driving factors. So old buildings, non-white populations, and at this point, non-white populations include immigrants, Jewish residents, Irish residents, Italian residents, as well as Black and Latino populations in the neighborhoods, anyone who's not sort of identified as white. And they get an unfavorable rating, hazardous, low risk, or high risk. Areas that have new building or construction and white populations are rated as favorable and low risk. So they color these blue and green, low risk, advantageous areas, or red and yellow as high risk, hazardous areas on maps of the different cities. And people go around the city. What this does, as April pointed out, is creates a spatial psychology for the policies of urban development that follow across the 20th century. So we see those areas in the urban renewal, those same areas that are encoded as red, more likely to experience significant levels of displacement and destruction. We see that they also possess exploitative practices like contract buying, where would-be homeowners, Black homeowners, are forced into predatory loans to acquire properties that are very, very high risk and end up paying more. So it's sort of extracting the wealth out of those communities. We see in the mid-century policies of crime shrinkage, where constrained public officials are making decisions about how to fund public services across the city's neighborhoods, and identifying some neighborhoods where they actually cut services. We know the story of the Bronx, where many of the firehouses across the Bronx were cut, leaving much of the housing stock to burn until the response of local residents.
I'm Senator Cordell, Cleare. Welcome to my district. This is very exciting. I want to thank each and every one of you who came out. To the panelists, participants, community leaders, and especially to the intrepid Barnard College staff, you have my heartfelt thanks. Direct access to permanently affordable, community-centered, quality affordable housing is a top concern. Too many conversations on how to address and even solve this problem began far too late in chronological history. After you hear from Professor McWhorter, you are going to be left in the powerful hands of our panel moderator today, Teresa E. Hassler. Teresa E. Hassler is the creator of Ratchet Politics. Got a lot of questions about that. But it is a nonpartisan civic engagement platform designed to bridge the intentional information gap on the political process.